إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We named our حلقة صاحب القرآن. صاحب القرآن has meaning. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم said يقال لصاحب القرآن يوم القيامة اقرأ وارقى ورتل كما كنت ترتل في الدنيا فإن منزلتك عند آخر آية تقرأها. Our Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم didn't say يقال لقارئ القرآن أو يقال لحافظ القرآن. He said يقال لصاحب القرآن, the companion of the Qur'an.
I started the journey of memorizing the Qur'an from when I was 5 years old. I was Sheikh Ahmed's first student in Chicago, and until now I've been trying to learn new methods. I've had hardships.
I started memorizing the Qur'an when I was 5 years old, and I entered the program Sahib al-Qur'an, and it really helped my memorization and to where I am right now. If it weren't for the program, I would have still been really behind. My advice to anybody who's memorizing the Qur'an is to start out slow, get faster and faster at it, and work hard.
I began memorizing the Qur'an about 3 years ago, and alhamdulillah, it has been an incredible journey with Sheikh Ahmed. I've grown as a person in this halaqah, and I've also become a teacher, teaching 8 students to be part of the Hafaz program next year. I aspire to be a doctor, inshallah, and I use whatever knowledge that I gain to help the community, to teach the kids, and to help the future generation.
Sahib al-Qur'an is very important to me because it teaches you the relationship between the Qur'an and the memorizer and how the relationship should be. I started this journey about 4 years ago. When I memorized the Qur'an, it was a great feeling in my heart because I accomplished something that was so dear and great to Allah.
My journey with Qur'an started years ago when I was a kid, when I used to memorize Qur'an. But with time, life had drifted me away from Qur'an and I lost the connection with Qur'an. 2 years ago, I met Sheikh Ahmed al-Sheikhi and I heard about his class, Sahib al-Qur'an. And I joined his class with intention to reconnect with Qur'an and finish what I started years ago. And alhamdulillah, over the last 2 years, I was able to memorize the Qur'an and finish it with Sheikh Ahmed al-Sheikhi.
I began memorizing the Qur'an about 7 years ago, and alhamdulillah, it has been a blessing to finally be able to finish it and become a hafiz.
قل هل أنبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا.
صاحب القرآن means to me that I use the Qur'an daily and I go back to it when I need it.
And I have memorized the Qur'an with many teachers throughout my life. But alhamdulillah, I have finished the Qur'an with Sheikh Ahmed al-Sheikhi through his program, which really taught me that you have to be a companion of the Qur'an to keep memorizing it and reviewing it.
I never thought I would finish the Qur'an until Sheikh Ahmed and my parents made a plan and that I would finish. If it wasn't for Sheikh Ahmed or my parents, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
And I began memorizing the Qur'an 5 years ago, and alhamdulillah, I finished the Qur'an recently. My experience with the Qur'an has been a surreal and unforgettable journey. In the beginning, memorization of the Qur'an was difficult because I had to balance between schoolwork and Qur'an, but now it's become a part of my daily routine, and not a day passes where I don't read or memorize a review from the Qur'an.
Memorizing the Qur'an as an American Muslim has helped shape my character and has given me stories from the prophets that have helped me deal with societal life. Now my journey is to become a teacher in Sahib al-Qur'an and teach the next generation, inshallah.
I began memorizing the Qur'an with Sheikh Ahmed al-Sheikhi, Hafizahullah, about 2 years ago. It's been an absolutely incredible journey. Growing up as a kid, I was always kind of in tune with the Qur'an. I had memorized some surah here and there. Qur'an was always a vital part of, or a pivotal part of my life. But as I got older, I realized that as I was memorizing, I was also forgetting a lot. And that was a problem because I was just in this endless loop and not really moving forward. And with Sheikh Ahmed al-Sheikhi, I learned a new program that helped me, alhamdulillah, finish memorizing the Quran for the very first time.
حلقة صاحب القرآن has helped me and changed me into a better person because it has given me the inside scoop of how the Prophet used to live and the tafsir and the meaning behind the Quran.
I started memorizing the Quran when I was 4 years old until I went to the Sahib al-Quran ceremony in 2014. It was really inspirational for me to see those 10 people who memorized the Quran and worked for it their entire life, and I wanted to be just like them, and it convinced me to work hard and to achieve this.
The Quran is an inspiration and dedication to any decisions I make, and personally connecting to the Quran is a main factor to my daily routine, and balancing the Quran with my schoolwork has sometimes been difficult, but alhamdulillah, the Quran blesses my time and strengthens my ability to memorize.
Being in the Sahib al-Quran program has really strengthened my relationship with the Quran, and sometimes it may be hard to balance the Quran and school, but then I noticed that doing Quran has really put barakah in everything I do, including school. And my advice to anyone that is starting Quran or wants to memorize the Quran is to push through it and don't give up. In the Sahib al-Quran program, a lot of times I may feel down and I want to give up on the Quran because it gets hard. But when I go to the Quran class, I feel as if I'm in a family with all my peers who help me keep going, and especially Sheikh Ahmed who helps me finish the Quran.
نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص بما أوحينا إليك هذا القرآن وإن كنت من قبله لمن الغافلين إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبت إني رأيت 11 كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين